time. So I'm like not thinking that anymore.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
Fight
Progress.
the That's like
self-improvement.
Yay! Do you want to do like a quick thing on the Disney Plus streaming?
Oh, friggity frack. What do we think about that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Disney Plus is evil in the sense where you're like, this, I feel like the problem is here. I mean, with the deal between like 20th Century Fox and all that kind of stuff, Disney feels like it's monopolizing the entertainment industry. It has possession of so many things now, so many giant, I mean, like, look at all the big name blockbusters that came out. You have like Star Wars, you have like the Marvel movies, you have like other stuff that's coming out. So much of it is Disney. So much of it is Disney property.
I do have to believe that like several movie studios, like no matter, I guess, I mean, but I even thought Fox might have been that way too, but like, I feel like Warner Brothers like never going to go to Disney, ever.
Yeah. Or
like even like smaller, but like I feel like also like there's like the independent like studios, like that kind of thing, like they might be under like a bigger thing. But, like, I feel like they're never going to want to be bought up by Disney. Like, some people, like, don't want to do that, which I feel like we might be okay.
Sometimes it's not necessarily what you want, though. Sometimes it's, like, we're struggling, we need money, we need somebody to give us money. This is our only option as far as if we want to stay afloat in this. So it's either, join them or join them. Join them on your own terms or join them on, not on their terms.
So do you just think Disney's taking over the world?
I mean, do I think Disney is monopolizing the entertainment industry? They're on their way. Yeah. And it makes me nervous. Like Disney, for a lot of their stuff, they care about the content that they create, and they put work into it. But just because they're putting a lot of hard work in it doesn't mean it's not scary when you have, I mean, think about it. You have these big executives in a room, and I mean, you can be as creative as you want sometimes, but they're still going to have the final say of what you can and cannot show. So if it's only the same like 5 people, I mean, that gets very tricky as far as like, so right now we're fine. We have a wide variety of like viewpoints and stuff. But what happens, if we have a board that feels like really strongly about like one thing, and you can't show like XYZ in like a movie or like a film or express a certain idea in a thing, and you don't have any other major studios that are putting out content, it can get a little scary as far as things like censorship and stuff. Because I mean, that's not necessarily today, but that's like looking into the future as far as the kind of content that's getting put out there. Mm-hmm. What things are gonna it's a smaller kind of like path you have to go through to get the content out there, and it can get very scary if we think that only like a small boardroom is controlling what you can and cannot say.
I can see that. My other theory is also I feel like Disney's very capitalist.
Yes.
So really, their main goal, like especially with like with all these executives, is money.
It's money,
and they can see that like people like wanting inclusive stuff, like it's gonna, especially like if you see like Black Panther, Captain Marvel, that brings in money,
right?
And like yes, some people like they're thinking like it might upset some people, even though there might be some dumb people anyway. But that brings in money, so I think like as long as something they can be like as different as they want, like sometimes like different stuff does bring in money, and they're not going to want to do that again, which kind of sucks. But if you look at like let's say also like Guardians of the Galaxy, that was like way out there,
yeah,
and it made so much money, so they kept doing it. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the thing of like as long as it makes, I think like with like a lot of executive nowadays, as long as it makes money, we don't care.
Right. I'm sorry.
Capitalism, guys. Okay?
Yeah. Oh, I finished it. Damn. It's fine. I'm just gonna die.
It's fine.
So yeah, and it's not even just like a issue that becomes inclusivity. It becomes just like vague ideas, or like what if there's what if there's like one actor who's like blackballed by doesn't like the the one executive, and somehow they're suddenly blackballed from all of entertainment. Like it becomes stuff, that little things that can add up over time. And even that, I mean, if you just have the same creators, or the problem with Disney is that like, okay, we know our stuff makes money, so we're just making the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're just remaking our own same movies. We have our superhero movies, but they follow like, very standard, like plots and stuff. And we could get into that later. That's a whole other thing as far as like, how much of that works and how much of it doesn't. But if your only goal is to make money, and certain formulas make money, you're only
keep doing the formula.
You're just going to keep pumping out things in the same formula, and it's going to be really annoying. And I think it's going to kind of shrink our kind of public not understanding, but almost our like understanding of like what is good content, and kind of keep us from maybe expanding out of that. I mean, we're going to have this very rigid structure of what entertainment is.
I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I think that's kind of all I had to say about that.
I think because I think I did hear this once, and it was kind of like Hollywood's mainly about money. If you want like something different or creative, you go to the independent stuff, and I think that's still going to be around no matter what.
Yeah,
no matter what you do, that's still going to be around. So like maybe that's going to be. I think I'm just trying to think. I don't know if I'm like trying to think positively about it. I just feel like also like we live in a capitalist world, so that's how. But also we live in like a social media world, so like if like something comes out and like an executive wants like blackball somebody, like people could come in and be like, no, here's the case, blah blah blah, and go against that person, or like that kind of thing. And even with like. If something like I think yes I do think the main goal is money, but also like if something does make a fair amount of money, but like everybody destroys it, they might be more because that also I think that it's happening now where it's like if we hear that like a movie is really good, people are going to go see it, and if like a movie comes out that everybody's excited for it, but then you hear it's not good, people aren't going to go see it. Like I feel like that's happening now.
Yeah,
especially with like the way movie tickets are now.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a good point. We're at a point where it is. We do have more access than ever before to kind of share our thoughts and kind of give voice to things. And there's always going to be methods of, either counterculture or means of, rebelling as far as, just either posting it online or just making your own content. But, independent stuff is independent stuff for a reason. It is small. So if there's only one big thing, it's gonna get a little scary. So I like so much Disney content. I grew up on Disney. Like I grew up.
They have our souls,
in Disney.
guys. Are you thinking you're gonna get this, or you don't know?
My family probably will. I
don't know if my thing is like it's even not that expensive really. It's like
no, it's cheap. Well, that's also kind of
because like all through the original content, like I want to see the Falcon and Bucky show or like and like the Scarlet Witch and Vision show. And, like, they're going to have all the Marvel movies and the Star Wars movies. And, like, I was wondering, my one thing I'm wondering about, especially with, like, the Fox stuff, is, like, they're going to have, what are they going to do with, like, their more adult content?
Right.
Because I know they're going to have The Simpsons on there. Mm-hmm. But, like, I'm wondering, like, are they going to have a section for adult content? And, like, here's all, like, your R-rated or, like, your super weird PG-13 stuff.
Right.
That's something I'm wondering.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Also, like, that's going to not do well for Netflix because, like, they have, like, the right to all the Disney stuff, and now it's going to go away.
Yeah.
I think, unless they make a deal with Netflix, probably not.
I don't know. But I know they're going to pull that off and put that on there, and it's going to be tricky.
Because, like, I'm, like, wondering then, like, do you get rid of, like, Netflix then? But then there's still stuff that's only on Netflix. Mm-hmm. I think it's, like, nowadays, like what probably, like, whenever, like, I move out and have my own place, I'm just not going to get cable. Because, like, I can get, like, I'll just, like, spend subscription money to, like, Netflix and Hulu and Amazon and...
Right.
And, like, the Disney Plus, and then you have everything that you need. And even, like, sports, because Disney owns the ESPN.
But yeah.
But then I think it costs more money to get just Wi-Fi though, because that's like one thing you do need. Which is probably smart on like I don't know if that's true with like FiOS, but I think it's kind of smart on their like points so that you get cable. Mm-hmm. That's kind of a thing, but like I don't know if I'm gonna get it like right away. I think I might wait because I think it's coming out in like November.
Yeah,
I might wait to hear what it's like, and maybe like the new year I would consider getting a subscription for it.
Right. Yeah, I think just based on the kind of content, like my family as a whole likes, will probably end up getting it. But it is as a thing that in an overarching long term sense makes me nervous. But also those Disney Channel original movies are going to be on there.
See, like you're worried about monopolizing, but then you're like, but then all the stuff that I get.
Yeah, and it's tricky. It's tricky. So
yeah, I think it's probably smart on Disney's end. Mm-hmm. With like the monopolizing, I guess because like in the world we live in today, like it's kind of weird to just like I know they are monopolizing, but like we're saying stuff about like are they going to go farther or are they going to not go farther? I
mean, and eventually they'll probably have to break up because of antitrust laws. I mean, we do have legislation in place. It's not like I don't know that there is legislation in place to kind of stop big monopolies and stuff because like the early 1900s were a thing, people. So there is like antitrust laws and all that kind of stuff, but. It still presents a problem. It's not, cut and dry. It's not a clean thing. So, a lot of questions it raises, and we'll just have to see where it ends up. Like I said, it makes me nervous, but we'll see.
Yay!
Yay!
That's